And we're live.
Hey there, fellow plebs. Welcome back to the Respawn Point. This is Respawn Mondays, a weekly video game show. Here, we talk about some of our favorite games while giving you the latest news updates. Join us here on the Respawn Point every week for help getting back into the game. Now, I'm your co host, Nick Berry, and with me, I got my co host, Elias Christensen.
Hey guys.
What's going on, Elias?
Nothing much. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. So this is the people's 23rd time respawning, and this week we're just gonna go over some news here. We have a news roundup episode for you guys. No general topic, but there's a lot of interesting news topics we've had in the past week. So me and Elias are gonna cover those for you guys. But before we do that, we're gonna talk about what we've been playing. So Elias, what have you been playing the last week?
I did play a decent amount of CS:GO, but I was also able to get into Deep Rock Galactic this week, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw you playing a little bit.
yeah, it is way harder than I expected initially. Or at least the first. You know what's funny is like because of the way that the swarms are designed, it seems so intense. So you think it's really hard, but it's not as long as you're coordinated with your teammates.
Right.
Um, me and Matt were actually finding on our like second and third mission that we did successfully. We're like, okay, yeah, we can move up to a harder difficulty now. It was just learning the base mechanics were a little shocking, but yeah, we played some
What
Deep Rock Galactic.
what
Oh,
kind
go
of
ahead, sorry.
difficulty levels are there?
So there's the way they do it is like 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100.
Ah, okay.
So the first night when me, Matt, Spencer, and Connor all played, we tried. We were like, okay, let's do extreme. We can do it. But because it was like our first missions, and we once you get into the caves, you're like, wow, look at how big this is, and then everybody's splitting off to explore, and then the guy's like, oh, a swarm's coming, and you're like, oh, what do we do? Like you and you're not prepared. It's sometimes it's easiest to hold off a swarm in a hallway rather than in like an open space. Especially if you're all split up, you would all want to be together and like working on things.
Yeah.
But so we got wiped pretty hard our first
Yeah,
couple
that
rounds.
was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I know there's like the scout and like the gunner. What are the other two classes though?
So there's an engineer and a driller. And actually, you know what's funny is they made some changes. I guess I could have thrown them in the doc. But I guess I'll cover it here really quickly. They did make some changes to the driller. Did I say it? Yeah, engineer and driller are the other two
Yeah.
classes. So driller has a flamethrower, a pistol. Um, his big thing is that his arms are drills, so you can drill through walls and dirt a lot faster than other people could be able to pick through. And then he also has a satchel charge. This is the class that I'm maining right now.
Okay.
Um, so satchel charge is like a C4 explosive. You can place it, walk away, and blow it up. Um, it's not as big of an explosion as I expected. Of course, it'd be interesting to see what it does to dirt as opposed to different types of rock. Um, but yeah, he's pretty fun. The engineer can place platforms, and he has like a rocket launcher and I think a pistol as well.
Hmm.
Um,
No one has a flamethrower, do they?
I have a flame. The driller does.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh, nice. That's
that's like his
awesome.
primary next to his drills.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's pretty fun. Plus, like if you end up running out of ammo, you can melee stuff, and I've always been a fan of melee attacks. Like I always mained Wolverine in what was it, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Did you ever play that game? It was like a 4-man co-op.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was a 4-man co-op for the PS3, um, and it was following the Civil War storyline.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I was main Wolverine because I'd just get right up. Cooper would be Iron Man off in the distance shooting stuff, and I'd be right on the guy. So usually, if I can go for a dual wield melee build, I'll always go for it. Um, so yeah, it's pretty fun. The engineer, yeah, I said he shoots platforms. The gunner just shoots stuff, and he has a zipline mechanic, which is pretty useful. I wish we had a gunner more often. I want to play with Spencer definitely, so we can get him on the gunner class. And then scout, Scout has a grappling hook instead of zip lines,
Okay.
and then I think he has like a shotgun and some other stuff.
And
But he's
he flings like the lights or whatever.
everybody can do that.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
And I think everybody has grenades as well.
Oh, okay.
Grenades that they can lob. But yeah, some people like their upgrades are better than others. Like I would expect the scout, his I haven't checked, but I would assume that his upgrades available for his flares are better than ours.
Right. That
Um,
probably makes sense.
yeah, because right now my pick, I can upgrade it and it increases the damage it does to rock, whereas Matt he upgraded his pick and it increased the damage that it did to the spiders.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, especially for like an alpha game or beta game or whatever it is, early
Early
access.
access, yeah.
Um, I I like the way that they rotate. Like sometimes you can't go to certain worlds, so
Hmm.
it like brings this like live action sense to it. You know, not necessarily like MMO ish, but similar to like Monster Hunter, like who has what quests available or
Right.
investigations available, stuff like that.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else this week?
Um, I might have played a game of Fortnite. I don't know. I think I've seen you playing that with Ethan, right?
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot, actually. So I probably didn't tell you because we haven't talked too much the last day or two when I did it. But I bought the battle pass in Fortnite,
Nice.
which I am very surprised at myself because I haven't bought in a microtransaction in a game in a long time.
Mm,
Like a long time since like League years
yeah.
ago. So, but I figured the game was free. They always get you that way. Um, and I decided to buy it because they have the challenges and there's like free skins in there and stuff. So yeah, so me and Ethan played a lot and it's fun. It's
Yeah.
Connor messaged me and he was like, "Why you guys only play Fortnite? Can't we play anything else?" And I'm like, I felt kind of bad, but I basically told him though I was like, yeah, Fortnite's like I don't know, it's like I don't like it, but at the same time it's still fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game. There's a like I'm not in love with the building mechanic. Like
It takes a while to get used to.
it takes a while to learn. I feel like I can't do it effectively with my setup because I have a
What you
60% keyboard and a mouse with a couple buttons. It's not
Yeah,
enough, I don't think.
well, because Ethan has like 12 buttons or more on his mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
You really need a keybind building to your mouse. Like I only have two, but what I do is I put on one of the buttons I have walls, and then the other one is ramps. And so instead of pressing like Q and then scrolling to what type of building material you want, I just have to press one button and it instantly pops up.
So does it pop up or does it place it?
It pops up,
Or
and then you click to place.
you left click to place?
Yep, yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but it makes it so much faster. Even Jake,
Yeah, I mean at least that lets you build up. Like you could
right. So I
just
can
with those two things.
yeah, because like those are two main things. Like you need to be able to place walls, and if someone's shooting you, and then ramps to get up, anywhere. So it's
Mm.
still, it's still tricky, especially if you need to put ceilings or whatever. But for right now, it does its job. But yeah, no, it's way better than before when you'd have to press Q. Like if you have to press Q and then scroll, you're gonna hate building. You're gonna not like the game
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
it's bad.
Hmm.
Like the fixed keybinds they have like all the building material, like the different whatever you're building on like the F buttons, the F1, F2. There's no way you reach those.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna do those. Never mind. I would have to press function
You
key
have to press the function key.
to do it. Yeah. Um.
So
Yes. So are there any other changes to your keybinds that you've made? Like
Um, I changed my pick to the scroll wheel click. So if I click my scroll wheel, that
okay.
brings up my pickaxe, and that way it opens up another slot for a weapon. So I have 1 through 5, 6, no 1 through 5 for weapons. Um,
Okay.
so instead of because like one was pickaxe, and so it kind of took up an easy, just mainly because like 1 and 2 for me are the easiest keys to hit. So like I want those to be weapons and not like an axe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I found that has helped me a lot and has made the game actually more fun. So yeah, I mean, I did play a little bit of PUBG before that happened. Um, both both good. I did find that if you play Fortnite too much, when you go back to PUBG, you press E to open doors instead of F, and that messes you up.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that's the thing. It's like I've gotten to the point where like I know my key bindings for CS:GO so well. Like I used to have like special keys that would represent okay, G is smoke, C is frag grenade, X is decoy, V is molly, F is flash. But now I just know all that. And switching between CS:GO and PUBG and Fortnite, it's like all very specific shooters,
Yep.
and I'm resistant to set up a key map for Fortnite because I don't know that I'm gonna stick to that game for that long, and I don't want it messing with me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's tricky. You have to. I mean, eventually, if you start playing the other game, you'll get back in the groove of it if you play it enough. Um,
Yeah,
but it
usually,
is kind of at first it is a little disorientating.
yeah, usually it's like 20 minutes and you're back to whatever, but it's
Yeah.
just annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably play some more with you guys this week and then I'll end up switching some things at least.
Yeah. I think it's like I think that's why it is so popular compared to PUBG is that it is free. So like it's so big because I would say it is a good game, I suppose. But a big part is because it's free. Like you can easily get your friends into it because it's free compared to PUBG, which was like $30.
True. This is so true. Like if Ethan asked me to spend $20 on PUBG, I probably wouldn't have, even though I
Right.
did buy the battle pass because I was like, "Ooh, skins." And
Right.
I'm a sucker for that. But
Right. But they do Fortnite is smart with taking your money because they give you so much incentive to do it because they also give you the currency, the V-Bucks inside the tiers. So the
mhm.
more you play, the more you get back. And I didn't even think of this, but the battle pass is 950 VC. So if you play enough and get enough of the V-Bucks through leveling up, you can
Mhm.
buy the battle pass every 2 months just by
You
buying it the first time.
you can earn it. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually it's there's a similar model in Eve, I guess. Like once you buy your
Okay.
first subscription, there's a way to cuz you can buy game time subscriptions or maybe it's like premium subscri I don't know exactly how it works, but you can play if you play enough, you can earn enough in-game currency to keep buying
Yeah,
in-game time.
yeah, it's smart. I mean, I didn't even think about it because I was thinking like, oh, because I think that I could be wrong, but the total was around like 1400 VC with all the little ones they give you if you level up all the way. But that's like one of
That's
that's like
nice, and that's like it's like never mind all the skins they just gave you or that you
right.
just earned. You know.
Right, exactly. So like I think with 1400 you can buy one of the I think it might be like 1500 for one of the like really nice skins.
Hmm.
Um so but I mean either way I think you can buy it. You could purchase in the store like a 1000 VC V-Buck skin or whatever. So yeah, no there's a lot of incentive there and that's I fell in the trap.
Mm.
But at this point I mean PUBG was $30 so I think I kind of rationalized it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless. But so yeah, that's what we've been playing. That was a long-winded what we've been playing section there.
Yeah. It
Um,
was way more than 5 minutes.
yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we have for you guys is a nice round news roundup this week. I think we're gonna start with some PUBG action because just of the roadmap that released. So that's pretty big. And then from there, we'll go to a couple other games. We have CS:GO, Arc, some Overwatch balance changes, and then there's a thing on Fortnite and some miscellaneous stuff, which we'll probably end up talking a little bit about, just some game news things. So the first thing for PUBG, I would say, is there's the patch, and then I think we'll talk about the roadmap next.
Okay.
I'll bring that up and because I forgot to put it in here.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine. I did. I just threw the patch in the Twitch chat for people if they wanted to check it out. The Steam page that you linked.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the first thing, um, the full patch notes will link also in the podcast. But what I noticed, and that this is actually from PC Gamer, they brought it out, was that usually whenever they put the patch notes on Steam, there's a lot of comments on there asking to region lock China because of the cheaters.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was 618 pages, and that's over 6,000 comments, all saying pretty much they're all saying to region lock China in the big bold font or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
saw it.
yeah, so people want that to happen.
You know what's funny is like I love this. This is exactly what I would like. If this could have happened 2 or 3 years ago on Ark, I would still be playing Ark for sure.
I think it's I don't I mean I'm sure there's reasons why they don't, but it would only make sense because most of the cheaters are coming from there and they're spending so much effort into battling the cheaters.
Yeah.
You think that'd be a measure of of fighting the cheaters,
Yep.
but
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good idea. Never mind. It's hard to like I mean, in PUBG, I think it matters maybe a little less, but I think that it's something that every game company should look at if you're offering a multiplayer experience, because dealing with people with different languages is harder. Sometimes people misunderstand and don't trust their teammates because of different things that happen, and it's just a lot of unproductive work goes on
yeah,
inside video games when you're dealing with that different of a you know language.
no, yeah,
Like can we play with players from Europe? Yeah, probably because most Europeans speak a little English anyway. But I don't know.
yeah. No, I mean just because
Never
the
mind the
game,
cheater problem you brought up. Like,
right, the game population is so high there, and with the because I really do think
like
most of the cheaters, they've even said most of the cheaters are from China. That's like a well-known fact.
yeah, and so if China has a huge game population for PUBG, their queues won't be affected. If anything, their queues will be shorter because they're not queuing with us over here.
Right. Yeah, I
You know?
mean, it honestly the because most of the players who want to play, like to actually play the game and not cheat are gonna want to play in their region. The ones
Yeah.
who are crossing over are the cheaters.
Yeah.
So why they don't do it, there's probably things behind the scenes as to why. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was interesting just to know how many people commented.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really nice. It's good to see people. I mean, it's a weird thing. Like people aren't trying to be xenophobic. I don't think it's just like
No, I think they're
it's a
just
frustrating issue, and I'm
yeah,
glad that the community's being vocal about it.
yeah, exactly. So, but moving on from that, we'll kind of whatever the right word is to graze. No,
I sort of,
skim through.
yeah, I was gonna say that word almost right. I
Almost
like
right.
it.
No, we'll
Yeah.
skim through the patch notes and get to the roadmap, which has more interesting stuff. Basically, the latest patch includes more optimize. Oh my god, I can't say it. Optimization. Um, and then they talked about the new limited vehicle penetration system, which we actually talked about last week.
Mhm.
The plan for that, something happened with it, and so it was actually removed from the patch, and so they'll give us an update at a later time. That kind of
Okay.
stinks, We're not sure what when that will be. Kind of seems like one of those situations where it could be a while now.
Okay. Hmm.
But we'll see. And then they talked about once the current test build is in a stable state, they'll move this patch to the live server probably next week, and they'll tell us when that is. Um, so they talked about optimization. So there was game optimization, then also server optimization. Um, couple of things here about network performance, and then they also optimize vehicle physics when driving under a certain speed. So always good. We talked a little bit last week how just more optimization is good for this game overall. I think they've made steady progress with that. Um, we have for the lobby again. We talked about it last week, but so this is all the up to date patch notes. Is that you can have up to 50 people on your friends list. Friend list is a one-way follower concept, not a mutual acceptance. So you could have someone as a friend, but they won't have you. Kind of like Instagram. Yep, Instagram.
Okay. Huh.
Up to
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. So it's not like, which
It's
is
not your.
actually
It's
it is interesting. Actually, I didn't know that.
it's not like just your Steam friends. It's like
No, they've gone out of their way to say that it's different from your Steam friends.
I sort of like that though because I friend so many people for CS:GO that I'm just gonna queue with in CS:GO. I don't want them really as Steam friends.
Yeah,
Um, because then your Steam friend list gets
huge.
congested and
Yeah, yeah.
pointless, and so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I like that.
So they added the main menu voice chat, so you can chat with your team on the main menu if you're not in Discord with them for whatever reason. Um,
Mhm.
they removed the function of being able to invite a player from the career screen due to a technical issue. Interesting. And then you want to cover world real quick?
Yeah, sure. They made holes in the ceiling and floor of some high buildings, so that it's easier to move between different levels to improve the gameplay experience on Miramar. Huh. That's interesting. So even I don't know what buildings they're talking about. Maybe you do, but
I don't specifically. I can imagine maybe like the really big ones in that big town.
Los Leones.
Yeah, Los Leones.
Yeah.
Because
So
there's like so many floors. Maybe instead of going down the stairs constantly, you can just drop through holes. I don't know.
I guess that could be nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, why not?
Yeah. Why not?
You want to keep going?
Yeah, sure. So we're getting 37 achievements on Steam. Um, that's pretty neat. Achievements are fun. Um, we're getting an emote system with 12 different emotes and more to be added in the future. And while holding the emote menu key, default right now is tilde. The emote can be activated by left clicking the emote or a hotkey of the emote you want to use. Um, so yeah, a couple options there for when you want to do your emote. Um, they fixed the blue blood effect being more visible than red blood effect when players get shot. So have you ever used the blue blood?
No, I actually just
Is
heard
it
about it.
is that just
And
a thing for China? Or I think I've seen it before. I just don't
yeah,
remember.
so there's a way for you. I think you'd have to go through Steam and you'd have to change. I forget exactly what it was, but you change something in through Steam and it would change all the red blood to blue.
I think it's Germany. I
Um, I
I th-
thought I thought it was like China.
it could be China as well. I just remember I think in Germany CS:GO's blood is blue or green
Okay.
or something. But I forget. I could be completely wrong on that. Well, so that's neat, but too little, too late for me. So, now this should be the same amount visible.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it's kind of because I supposedly it wasn't just the fact that the color was really noticeable. It was also that it was more than the blood in for like us for the red.
yeah, like their blobs were bigger,
Yeah,
essentially.
so
Yeah.
it was really an unfair advantage. But the fact that I mean, why it was bigger anyways, who knows? But yeah,
Okay, so they added a material for crops, rubber, cloth, paper, and cactus. So that when we're shooting or attacking with a melee weapon, the right effect for each material will be displayed. So if you're out in the desert trying to machete someone and you hit a cactus by accident, it will look like you hit a cactus.
yep. And it also, I think it's later in the patch notes, but it'll also sound like you hit a cactus.
Ooh, that's fun. And then they changed the gun scope view to be more realistic. They expanded the field of view through the scopes, so we're getting a wider field of view. That's interesting. They added a parallax effect when moving weapons fast. Um, They had a color vignetting, darker edges, chromatic aberration, color difference caused by light refraction, and distortion effect of on the edge of scopes. So now when you move your scope around, it's gonna feel like you're actually looking through a scope
Yeah.
in real life, or like binoculars if you've ever used binoculars.
Yep. So it's I've heard some people not liking it over on like YouTube and stuff. But it's it goes right along with PUBG's motto of being super realistic. So yeah,
It's
because
funny. I was thinking like it, like it almost seems like they wanted to make quick scoping a thing. Like
maybe
this just makes some sniper shots cooler. Like it wasn't a no scope, but I could barely see him out of the edge um of the scope.
right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So there's some UI stuff, sound stuff, and there's a bunch of bug fixes. Which if you want to check them all out, you can follow the link. I think there was one that I thought was interesting. See if I can find it. Oh, I think this was one that I've actually I know at least happened to Ethan. It's fixed an issue where when jumping out of the airplane, the character fell to a fixed position no matter the flying direction. So like you couldn't basically move your character.
Oh, so you just fell where you dropped?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
So I've actually had that happen. So that's good.
Yeah.
So, and this patch, I guess, is technically a little old. It was last week because we obviously covered it a little bit last week's show. So I think apparently it went live. I'm not exactly sure because the latest report is that the patch had anti cheat measures in it, like new stuff, and that it kind of was causing performance problems and also crashes. It became such a problem that they actually rolled the patch back.
Hmm.
So and that was yesterday morning, really early. So not exactly sure where we stand.
Yeah. Yeah. What patch we're on?
Yeah,
All right. Well, but those look like some. I mean, interesting changes, if not good. I think some of them, and hopefully they'll take into consideration the China region lock thing.
yeah. I don't know. They haven't said anything about it.
No, no, they haven't.
So we can talk a little bit about the roadmap. I know I sent a bunch of texts to you about what they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is that there's potentially, well, not potentially, they've said there's a 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer map coming like next month.
Yeah, I'm pulling that up on the stream now. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks very water centric. Like, there better be a bunch of aqua rail spawns.
Oh yeah,
Um, for this map, I'm super excited for that. Although it is interesting that the river looks pretty sandy on the northwest side of the island. So
yeah,
it's gonna be pretty shallow water there, I'm guessing.
maybe yeah. That actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it is concept art, but it seems like pretty
It's pretty detailed.
pretty detailed as far as concept would go. You could say. Regardless, what I find interesting is that they've gone for an island with such a small design. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Not just because they've done an island before, but there's an island and it's so there's the outer edge or outer box you could call it is almost all water,
Yeah.
and a 4x4 is actually a fourth of an 8x8. Not half.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's a quarter.
So
And this
it's
is, I mean, you could argue that this island could fit in a 3x3 almost with less water.
yeah, if you kind of squished it to a
Yeah.
corner.
Yep.
So this is like really small. Like, oh god, do I actually want to look up Erangel? So what I'm gonna do is I should have done this before, but I'm gonna look it up and see what this would be compared to with like the size of it.
Yeah. If you find an image, link me in Discord. But yeah, this map looks really detailed. Um, like you can already see what type of engagements we're gonna be getting into. Looks like in the northwest corner, there's a small island with a what looks like a small town or production facility. Um, it looks like it's a little raised off the coast, and there's no beach. So actually, production facility sounds more correct.
Hmm.
Um, there's a port in the southeast corner. Uh, looks like a small warehouse with a dock, and then it looks actually a lot more like almost farming country, um, in the rural parts of the map. Um, like this is going to be situated in like, um, I don't even know, but some of these things look like plateaued hillsides for farming different crops on
Mm.
almost. I don't know. It's gonna be a new location. Almost looks like I don't know, like Southeast Asia or something. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, so I have what you could relate it to. It's like it's a little bigger than I initially thought. If
Okay.
you take like the west, if you look at Erangel and you take like the west side of it, like if you include besides Military Island, like the whole west side, if you go from the bottom up to Georgia Pole and then all the way to like Pochinki, that is like a 4x4.
Yeah. Hmm.
Or if you take like almost all of Milta Power and go to Pochinki and then up to Yasnaya, that is a 4x4. Actually, no. If you go all the way up to Stalber, that's a 4x4. But yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's still decent size. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the major play zone of the game anyway.
right. So I think I'm really interested to actually play on it because I think a lot of the complaints sometimes with PUBG is that either the matches are too long or there's just there's too much running.
Yeah. And I think the rivers are going to play a big part, like to see how actually wide they are, and like if you like, let's say you were to land. I mean, I don't know why you would land on the southwestern island, but
Right.
is it going to be a huge issue to get over to the main island?
No.
I get probably not, but would it be harder than others? Because it doesn't look like there's any bridges on this map either.
No. Yeah, you're right. I
So
mean,
you
either
have
it's
to
not
swim.
finished, or like you said, there's gonna be a lot of aqua rails.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Seems neat.
yeah. No, I'm excited because like sometimes you can play a match where there's tons of action, other times there's none. So this, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So this is going out to an. It's really weird. They're coming out with a new test server. So I don't know if this is going to replace the old one or if there's going to be two test servers, because they're saying this will deploy next month on this experimental test server. So it's kind of confusing. But regardless, that will be out next month, which is pretty crazy.
Hmm.
The other thing they talked about was an emote system. There's 12 emotes
Yep.
with more on the way. Have you seen any of them?
I'm looking at some of them now.
How do you
Uh.
what do you think?
Um. It's gonna be interesting. It's for as much realism as they go for. I mean, yeah, this is sort of realistic, but it's just something I would never think to do in PUBG
Right.
because I'm always like stressed when I'm playing PUBG.
Right, right.
But maybe during squads, I could see this getting some use definitely.
Yeah,
Um.
squads would be fun, just with like
Yeah.
friends. But I mean, I could see someone like who kills you goes over to your body and they emote. I just
Yeah.
find it like for PUBG, I just find it a little funny.
Yeah. It's definitely. It seems like it's a different thing, but at the same time, it's not. It's not necessarily unrealistic.
No,
It
no.
I'm sure if you killed someone in a battle royale scenario in real life, you would be excited.
So there's that. I think that's actually coming to the test servers very soon. I think is that in the patch?
We did cover some of the emotes in the patch. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So actually, those will be pretty soon, right? Because you said they rolled back for a
So
minute.
the patch was rolled back, I believe. So it was in the game. That leads me to
Hmm.
believe.
Yeah.
I should, you probably
You
should
guys can
have played
tell. You
PUBG
guys can
last
tell
night.
we're up on our PUBG
Oh
play.
yeah. Just
Maybe we'll have to play some after the
thinking, yeah, right. Thinking
after the
Fortnite
show. Yeah.
taking all my playing time. Um, but so after that, they're talking about new vehicles here, talking about new
Hmm.
weapons. They teased a new weapon that looks it's gonna be a 7.62
It's gonna
ammo type.
shoot some 7.62. Yep.
Yep. Which,
See, this is interesting because we already have the DP,
yep,
what is it, 28,
yeah,
which sort of, um, sort of fulfills the role of the what is it, M249, but it's not as good,
yeah, exactly.
you know. This doesn't look like that. This looks like it's something smaller, a little sleeker, but I don't know.
I
I
just
have no idea.
what's interesting to me is because they've already said that they don't want to introduce new ammo types. But
Yeah.
at the same time though, like okay, you have the AK, you have the DP, which was released recently. Both
Mhm.
those guns, well, obviously, especially the DP has really high recoil, but the AK, because of the high recoil, or I should rather say because of the ammo type and the fact that it does more damage, it has a higher recoil for balance
Yeah.
reasons.
Yep.
So what's going to be different about this weapon from those two? I don't know. I mean, because then you have the drop gun, the Groza. That's a
Yep.
7.62, which is
Yep.
obviously better.
Yeah, it fulfills the role of the AUG that you can also get in drops and stuff.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Is what are we pairing this against in the 5.56 ROM? But I don't. I think everything has a match right now, so this is going to be a new gun. Um,
yeah,
maybe. Oh well, I guess it could be something like the Scar. As opposed to like we have the M4 um variants versus the AK. Maybe this is gonna be something like the Scar. Maybe like a I don't know what shoots. Well, I guess it's the UE81 is what it's called. Or UE8I. But maybe like a more I guess assault rifle styled, but a little more up to date. Maybe a little bit less recoil with maybe less ammo capacity. They could do. I don't know.
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, if you think about the 5.56, they do have the M4, the M16, and the Scar, which are all like similar. So maybe they're just
Yeah.
trying to go for more variety.
Yeah, I could see for that. I could see them offering something in the 7.62 in a 7.62 variant with better recoil, because I think they want the AK to stay
Yeah, yeah,
higher recoil. People have been complaining a little bit about it, but I think that I don't know. I still, if it's the only gun I can find, I'm happy with it. I just try to take headshots that you know like at opportune times.
yeah. I mean, new vehicles, new weapons. It sounds good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's exciting.
they mentioned there's still planned to be a new 8x8 map. They
Yep,
didn't
they're
talk.
working on it.
Yeah, they didn't talk about too much. Some people think it's gonna be a snow map because they found or people data mined weapon skins and even parachute skins, and some of those weapon skins were snow like camo, and they were matched with like a desert and a jungle camo. So some
Oh,
people are
okay.
speculating that the map will be a snow map, or it will at least include a snowy part.
Snowy area. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think would be kind of cool. Like you have like the top part that's like mountains and that's like all snowy and the bottom is different.
Yeah, yeah, that could be cool.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, they said they're beginning to test achievements. We talked about all that in the patch notes. They're testing the limit vehicle bullet penetration, which seems like it's going to be stalled a little bit. It's proven to be more frustrating for them than they anticipated. Um, but bigger point, they're looking to overhaul their entire third-person and first-person animation systems to make them smoother and
Yeah,
reactive to the environment, which is, I mean, that's pretty interesting.
that is interesting.
I think vaulting, right now, I think vaulting is pretty good. It looks pretty good, but I think in first person it looks a little strange, and they're
Mm,
probably going to work on the camera angles that you get while vaulting a little
right,
bit.
right. Huh. So I
Um,
think they within that they also talk about they're reworking the drop system, or like the parachuting, which I
oh yeah.
think is a must. I think overall, I think I like dropping in PUBG more than I like dropping in Fortnite. But the problem with PUBG is that once you get near the ground, I'm pretty sure it's gotten worse because like 95% of the time I take damage.
Oh yeah.
Like even if
Like
it's
when
a
you
normal drop, like you're
you're
not
just trying
like,
to
yeah, no, normal drop,
yeah
you'll take damage. So they need to do something. It's been a problem since the game has come out. So,
yeah.
because I mean, if you were trying to thread a needle with like a balcony or something, or you get stuck between a tree and a
Oh, you
building,
can't.
it's
I don't try to
being.
land on balconies.
Oh yeah,
That's
no, you can't.
silly. It's roofs maybe,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no. I mean, it's interesting. I watched some YouTubers that post games and stuff on PUBG games, and they've gotten it down like perfect timing where they can jump out of a vehicle while it's still moving a little bit, and they don't take any damage. Like they do it 10 times in a game, don't take any damage. So I'm sure there's something to it, but it's not intuitive.
No.
Um, and it's definitely still an issue.
Yeah. So they said they were working it. Great. And then, so this is they said at the end to keep in mind that this list of new features and systems is not exhaustive as far as 2018 is concerned. Um, so that's good. I mean, a lot of the stuff they talked about, they said will be in the first half of the year. I think excluding probably all the reworks and the 8x8 map. But I think the rest of it, they said like even the new vehicles, weapons, the new map, that's all within the first half of the year, and it's already half over. It's already the halfway point of the year is already half over.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, if you like PUBG, then there's stuff to look forward to.
Yeah,
Finally,
I'm gonna throw the I don't know why I didn't think to do this earlier, but what we were just looking at in the Twitch chat for anybody
okay,
that's watching. Um,
yeah, because I mean, we talked about how Fortnite is so on top of it with updates and cosmetic stuff and new items that it was about time PUBG came out with something new,
yeah,
or at least
release
told
some
us.
kind. I mean, they did just release a couple new crates, some new skins and stuff, but I think the players are looking for a little more.
Yeah, and the crates. I don't know. I haven't even. Well, I haven't played too much, but I haven't even gotten a spring crate. I've
No?
gotten every time I've
Yeah,
unlocked
I don't
crates,
think
I've
I've gotten it either.
gotten either I think either the locked ones or some of the older desert ones or whatever.
Hmm. Well, we should probably play it a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
probably.
yeah.
Um. So yeah, no, good stuff. I mean, hey, at this point, PUBG has more to look forward to it in it than Battlefront. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still no news on Battlefront.
Still no news.
It's
Yep.
almost halfway through March. The last content was in December. Good, good job. They're doing really good. It's so bad.
Oh man.
Um, but all right, we can move on from PUBG. There's no new Monster Hunter news this week. The game is still new. It's still awesome. I have not been able to play it this past week. I've been trying to force myself to play my PlayStation and play Monster Hunter, but for some reason it hasn't happened. I feel bad because
Mm.
I'm sure a lot of listeners like Monster Hunter, and we haven't talked about it since. Um, but we'll have to a future episode. We'll probably definitely dedicate another
Yeah.
episode of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I gotta get some more time into. I've just been I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Did we talk about it last week? Maybe we did. Maybe that is the news. My bad. I think uh I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about it last week, but there's a live stream for Monster Hunter this Wednesday. So that's the March 14th, and a lot of people are probably expecting Devil Joe, a new monster, to be either revealed revealed as far as the release date, and hopefully
Okay.
some new stuff.
Didn't they tweet? Um, did they tweet his foot or something? I thought I saw that they tweeted
Well,
his foot.
I don't
Like,
I don't know. Maybe because they gave us a video of him eating like a great jaguar, basically.
okay.
So like they've announced it they announced it a while ago, so we've known about it for a while. But as far as when, they only said spring. So
Yeah, okay, so Monster Hunter tweeted out today, "Hungry for Devil Joe? More info on upcoming Monster Hunter World updates coming on March 14th at 11 UTC." I don't know what that is. What time zone that is, but
Universal.
no, I don't think so.
No, I don't know. Yeah, no. So there'll be a live stream for that, and they'll probably they'll tell us when Devil Joe's coming, and then hopefully maybe another monster, maybe two. I don't know. I know Connor's like more monsters now.
More now.
So, but yeah, no, it's exciting as far as
Okay.
that's concerned. That will probably definitely get me back into it for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what time that is actually, and then I'll probably be able to tune in and watch it.
It's probably over in Japan, so it's probably really early in the morning here.
Oh, that's maybe I won't. Um, I can go over the CS:GO and Arc
Yeah.
stuff pretty quickly.
Yep.
CS:GO, big news. We finally got Overwatch on Wingman matches. So these are competitive matches, but when you play 2v2, they have their own ranks and their own queues. And a big problem with them is that they didn't have Overwatch, which is where people of a certain rank can watch matches that where someone got reported for hacking or griefing or whatever, um, and they can determine by crosshair placement maybe, certain actions, like if they're just killing their teammate a couple times at the times where it's obvious the person was being a douche. um, they'll be able to confirm that they were hacking or griefing, and then the person will get a temporary ban or a permanent ban. And so that's been the case for regular competitive matches. They've had that all the time, but on wingman matches they didn't have this when they first released it, and so it was a hacker paradise. Pretty much everybody stopped playing it because it was just hackers every game. So a lot of people are excited. This will probably increase the chances of you having a good game on a wingman match, and I'll probably try to place it. I placed very decently when I played wingman. I think I got placed Master Guardian 1, which is above higher than I've ever been in regular competitive. So I'll be excited to probably try that out and feel good about my CS:GO skills. They made more changes to canals, which is pretty interesting. They're like really focused on that map that no one plays, and I mean some people like it, but nobody really plays it. It feels like they're trying to push it, and maybe they might even put it in the competitive map pool for the next major, which would be pretty interesting. It'd be interesting to see how teams react to that. I think it might just become people's perma ban because they don't want to play on it. But it'll be interesting to see. Then there were a couple other notes in the last couple patch changes, but nothing too big. Mostly about like console usability. For like if you're offline server, console commands you can use. But they one of the big things is that now weapon view models, so like what you see of the weapon in game, now react to weapon recoil and aim punch. So before, your weapon would go back and forth when you fire bullets, like it had a fire animation. But now the weapon follows the pattern that you put out um, of bullets that it puts out, and if you get shot and aim punch. So if you're not wearing a helmet or if you're not wearing um, a Kevlar vest, when you get shot, your aim gets punched up. So that will be reflected in your weapon's animation, which is neat. I don't. It's not really necessary because your crosshair is still not gonna move for regular weapon recoil. Like your crosshair stays the same, and then you have to pull accordingly. It's like this weird thing. But you can actually disable this with view model recoil 0. I don't know if you can use that in competitive. I don't know if it would get you a ban or whatever. But offline, there's a couple of commands they introduced as well where you can practice by having the crosshair move with your recoil,
Huh.
which is pretty interesting. Might be good to use for practice, just to get, like to practice your recoil spray pattern, like with your mouse. Um, I don't know. It'll be interesting to try out. Then in Arc, we had a few things released, nothing too big. They've teased the Raptor and the Trike TLC passes. Um, they look pretty neat. They have some changes announced for game mechanics, but like they said, those are not officially decided on, so I didn't want to get into them too much, and I'll probably on another episode just cover everything they do in the Phase 2 Dino TLC pass in detail. But if you want to check them out, you can go to survivethearc.com and check out the models. And then the Arc has had Extinction servers for a while. They're rebranding them as Arcpocalypse servers, where they reset every month, so all your progress gets reset, and they have increased rates. I was actually talking to Metro and Cooper about this. We might want to try that out because, nothing's. If you get rated, what does it matter? Like, you were just going to lose everything at the end of the month anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so it might be something we want to try out just to, like, you're not going to be worried about long-term kibble, like trees. You're just going to get what you need for the time to be able to engage in some PvP,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
every month, everyone's on the same playing field.
Yeah. So we had talked about that. I don't know. Might be a little while in the future that we try it, but we'll see.
Yeah. So next thing is Overwatch. I'm gonna actually briefly go through this, Elias.
That's fine. I mean, we haven't played too much, and most of the changes are pretty small.
Yeah, mostly because I want to get to we have some miscellaneous news that I actually really want to spend some time talking about. So,
Yeah.
a couple things. Doomfist's hand cannon, the ammo recovery rate increased from 0.82 seconds to 0.65. This will basically help him use his weapon as part of his combos more. So this is a slight buff to him. That's pretty good. May's Blaster, the freeze slow duration increased from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. That's pretty OP. And then her alternate fire ammo cost is reduced from 25 to 20. So buff to May, cool. I mean, she's pretty annoying.
If it's a good if it's good a May player, like, so annoying.
Yeah.
She won't die. She freezes you.
So it's either like play May or get mad.
Yeah.
But so yep. Sombra's EMP, her ultimate no longer is blocked by small objects like signposts. Should have never been a thing. She no longer gains ultimate charge from health pack healing, which kind of stinks because I think that was a really big part of her kit as far as being able to build your ult charge really quickly and engage with it.
Yeah, you played Sombra, right? You used
to
play her a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, a decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the hack time has been reduced from 0.8 seconds to 0.65, which I think is even further buff from like way back when she was released. Could be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was because she was a little weak when she first came out. So, but yeah, so it's even faster now. And then they also buffed the ability to where it stops other heroes. I don't know if it was movement abilities is what you would call it, but it stops Genji's cyber agility, which I would assume is either his wall climb or his double jump. It stops Hanzo's wall climb, Pharah's hover jets, Lucio's healing boost and speed boost, and also his wall ride. and then Mercy's Angelic Descent, which is where she hovers. So all those stuff they can't do anymore. So it's hack is really strong now because now it's a really big
I mean,
counter to movement abilities.
yeah, most of those. I mean, Farah, like she can't fly. Like that's just don't play Farah if they have a Sombra. Like, um, same with Lucio and Mercy. Like those are pretty big parts of their kit.
Those are really big, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, more here we have her machine pistol spread reduced, so a slight buff to her well, I guess just her accuracy. Enemies' health bars are now visible when health drops below 100%, formerly 50%, which is interesting. Her ability to detect enemies through walls at 50% or less is the same, so it's only, I don't know, am I reading this wrong?
Her ability to detect enemies through walls at
So
50% or less
you can see
remains
people's
unchanged.
health bars, but you can't see because I think once they drop below 50%, you can see exactly where their character is, like a silhouette type thing behind a
Oh,
wall.
okay.
But
Yeah.
now, so it just shows their health bar, not exactly where they are.
If they're
So
above 50%.
correct, the health
Okay.
bar will show if they're below 100%.
Okay. Yep.
But the translocator was nerfed
Mm.
from 15 seconds to 20 seconds, so it's a much longer cooldown. No, wait, that's a
No,
buff.
it's duration, not cooldown. It's a
Yep,
buff.
that's a buff. My bad. So even more OP.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You can do the capture the flag thing easier now.
You know what's funny is the hack on health packs. That did seem like a big nerf, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's almost a benefit so that you do, like it's one less thing you have to worry about.
Right.
Um, it's less of a mini game, more you focusing on taking out key players
Right.
like a Farah or a Hanzo.
Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff there. There's some updates to Blizzard World. Some health pack sizes have been reduced and the locations have been changed. More health packs have been added. And then Mercy's Valkyrie, her ultimate, it no longer shows enemies' health bars unless they have taken damage. So if they're below 100%, or if they're at 100%, they won't be shown. And this is to help remove clutter from Mercy's screen.
Yeah.
That's only during her ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much all the Overwatch stuff. As many people probably know, Fortnite does have the limited time mode of teams of 20. I've played it a little bit with like Ethan and I think Taylor. It's pretty fun. It's probably not a mode you'll play more than a few times. I mean, unless you're just really into it. But it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Is
It's
it
fun, but at the
is it
same time, it's chaotic.
is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it pretty chaotic? Like, are
Yeah.
you able to get a weapon when you drop?
Yeah, so they've changed the spawns so it
Mm-hmm.
can like your whole team can drop somewhere and you'll still get loot basically.
Okay,
So like
that's
I
good.
know lots of times everyone will just go to Tilted Towers and it's just chaos, which can be
Mm-hmm.
fun. So it's definitely fun. It's just not something I played more than like 5 times.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And just to add to that, they did adjust some of the storm circle timings. I'm not gonna read them all out, but you can find them on the website. I think they slowed down some things so that you have a little bit more time, and then sped up some of the late ones.
and I think the biggest thing I don't know if this is just how it's always been. It probably has, but a big difference from PUBG is that once you get to the third circle, the circle or the next location is centered on the previous storm and also for the rest of the match, which is
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Like only the first
really,
two circles are random, and
yeah.
then the rest are centered.
Now this isn't
Well,
just for
so
teams of 20,
this
right?
no, this is for teams of 20. This is just for
Oh,
teams
okay.
of 20. I
Okay.
don't know how the real game works, or
It's
how
probably all random.
normal. It could be. I could see the benefit. Although I don't
I
know. It just
think
depends.
this is
I don't
just my
know. I don't
personal
know why
opinion.
Fortnite wouldn't do random. You
I
know.
think for both these games, it would be very beneficial for at least like the last 2 or 3 zones to be
Hmm.
centered.
I think it'd be a more even playing field. Yeah, in the
I
last
think
two or
so.
three. because then everyone has to move
Yeah,
unless they went to the center, and it gives more of a
yeah.
benefit to go to the center.
Because it's the worst. It's like sometimes you just get a bad circle and you have to run to the other side towards the enemy.
Yeah, like it
And
almost, especially the last two or three circles, it almost gives them the round if
right,
you don't get the circle.
right. So I mean, that's just my thoughts. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe it wouldn't work, but I think it'd be interesting to see how that would play out compared to just random.
Yeah, yeah.
But so we have some just hot topics of the past week. We have there's a Burnout Paradise remaster that was announced, and that's actually I think it's actually coming out in like 10 days maybe.
Oh
It
wow.
was like
Did you
announced.
did you ever play any of the Burnout games? Like,
Oh yeah.
see, I played them occasionally. I never got
Oh,
too into them.
they were so good.
Oh yeah.
I think I played three the most, I believe. I heard two was actually no, it might have been two. I forget. Regardless, I love the mode where you have to cause the most destruction possible, and depending on how much value of destruction you do, like determines what kind of metal you get, bronze, silver, or gold.
Mhm.
And so that those were always super fun. There's like different courses or whatever you want to call them, different setups.
Yeah, like different
Oh,
intersections and stuff.
oh yeah,
stuff.
it's so much
Yeah, yeah.
fun.
Hmm.
I know Burnout Paradise kind of turned away from that a little bit as because Burnout Paradise is more of just like an open world racing game.
Oh, that's
It
neat.
still like has destruction in it. Just it's not nearly as much as the previous ones were, but it's
Hmm.
still definitely more arcadey than like any of the Need for Speeds or anything like that.
Huh.
So it's coming to the latest gen consoles. So yeah, I think it's because I saw it was on Origin Access, early access or whatever they call it, which is like a week or so early than when it comes out. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Other than that, God of War gets a PS4 Pro bundle coming out April 20th. I wonder if that's a coincidence or not. Probably
I don't think so. I mean,
not.
there's no references to weed in
No.
God of War.
Right.
um, but yeah, I mean, pretty interesting. Do you
It
know
looks
when the
pretty
new
nice.
does that come with the new game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So no, yeah, I think the console looks pretty nice. It's like a silver with some cool designs. It's nothing um like I don't know, like the Battlefront one was awful in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you didn't like that. I remember that.
It was so yeah, no, I think it's stylish. I think it's definitely stylish.
It's like silver or gray
Yeah,
rather.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
For League of Legends, there's a new ultimate skin, Gun Goddess Misfortune.
Mhm.
Um, looks pretty cool. She's like kind of armory looking. She basically has four different models, and they all have like a different alteration.
Oh, I
And I
see.
think you're able to change every time you go back to the fountain.
You're able to choose?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not based on build or anything?
No, so it's not like Ezreal where you just level up and it gets like crazier. This one
Hmm.
you just choose.
Well, I guess that's pretty neat.
Yeah. They're all pretty cool.
It's something I would forget to do if I, like, I don't know,
It's one
distracting,
of those
but
things you probably just you pick your favorite and then you forget about it, which is kind of disappointing in that aspect, I think, because it doesn't really utilize all of the models.
mm,
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool regardless. You're basically getting four skins in one, kind of.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep. We got Black Ops 4 coming October 12th. It was announced and there was a release date. Um, the new Treyarch Call of Duty game, which is cool. I mean, I don't play Call of Duty, but
No, yeah, is it based in the future?
no, I think they're kind of doing what the other one did with like going back to. I don't know if they're going back, but I know they've said that they're kind of going away from the sci-fi future
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
which is good.
Yeah. I mean, I've never played since the last game I played was Modern Warfare 3, which was, just modern day.
Yeah,
Um,
those are my
pretty
favorite.
neat. Yeah.
I don't play them, but
I,
those are my favorite.
yeah. I liked the original Black Ops, um, set in Vietnam. I really liked that, but yeah, it sort of lost me once they
Yeah.
started putting in all the
Yeah.
jetpacks and stuff. Not that I would be against it. I don't know. I fell away from the whole
Yeah, I don't know. It
console
didn't.
shooter scene.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it didn't. Cause I think I played. I forgot which one I played over a friend's house, but it was definitely like crazy looking, and I wasn't into it.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, that's cool. And then the last thing, and probably the biggest thing, is
Definitely the biggest
is
thing.
is that Super Smash Brothers 5 was announced.
We don't know that it's 5.
I bet you a lot of
It
money
really needs to be. If it's a port,
it's not a
uh,
port.
it better not be a
I'm
port.
calling it now. It's not a port. It doesn't. It literally wouldn't make sense for them just to announce it and be like, oh, but it's just a port.
I think, well, it wouldn't make sense for them. It wouldn't make sense to us for them to do that. I think it would make sense to Nintendo to do it because, so I mean, maybe they were just leading us on by saying like, "Oh, we're not gonna release one. We have no plans to release one for the Switch." Maybe they were just leading us on and telling us what they wanted us to think or to piss us off or something. Or I don't know. But it just, I don't know, when Nintendo said that they didn't plan on making a Smash for the Switch, I 100% believed them. I was like, yeah, cuz you guys don't they don't care about that. They want to focus on
I didn't
their
believe it.
bigger thing. For some reason it seemed like something Nintendo would do.
I just thought it sounded like ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I did
Yeah.
believe it, but I thought while believing it, I still thought like, well, that's stupid. Like they always come out with a new game every console, and it's not like Switch came out any earlier um from the Wii U. Like there's still a time gap like any other console, so why not?
Yeah. So I mean I'm hyped either way. I wanted
They're
to buy a Switch. This is just more reason for me to buy a Switch.
I'm coming over all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. I'm super psyched, and that way I'm gonna play through Breath of the Wild and um definitely a couple other games I'll get, but um yeah, I'm super excited. I hope they bring Gray Ninja back, even though I didn't see him in the in
Right.
the background,
So like
but
if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of videos. At least there's some videos out there talking about if it is a port or if it's a brand new game. And there's
mm,
evidence for both sides, but personally I think it is a brand new game. Um and things you can tell even from the trailer is that I guess the logo is like new. It's a little different compared to the past ones. And
oh yeah.
then Link is Breath of the Wild Link, and Mario
Yeah,
is like the new Mario, stuff like
but
that.
that's just like DLC. Like they
Oh, they're not gonna be DLC. They're staples. You think
I
they're gonna sell a skin of a character?
no, but they've had multiple links in the game before. I mean,
Yeah.
Toon or
I mean, I know
yeah,
they've had Toon Link
yeah, they've had Toon Link. So why wouldn't they just throw in another link?
because that wouldn't make any sense. I
um,
don't know. I don't know. I don't see it.
yeah, I just
I
it's
mean, come on. I
possible.
mean, you even
It's
have
a possibility that I'm
you
scared
have a
of.
new Metroid game coming out, which obviously
Yeah,
won't come out for a while probably, but like that will be an up to date Metroid. Like I don't know, like it'd be stupid if it was a port. I think at this point for them to have teased the game and announced it the way they did, and it to be only a port would be stupid.
yeah, yeah. I think I agree.
Because why buy it if you already have a Wii U and Smash Brothers for Wii U?
um, I don't know. No idea.
Exactly.
I mean, just because you like Smash and it's the newest one.
Not
That
the
is reason.
I don't know. I'm calling it though. It's a new game.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful for that. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna be excited to stream that. That's definitely a game night we could
So,
do.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be really fun. So they with that they did say 2018 in the trailer, so we know it's sometime this year, probably in the fall time. Um, but yeah, I mean, awesome.
Yeah.
If you think about it, is would it be any different porting over a game than just making a new one? Like, aren't they all very similar? Like, I know,
Yeah.
like, I know. Okay, like the moves are like different. In the game like runs, and it's like making a new game, but like
No, but it's not running. It's probably not running on a different engine or anything. Yeah,
right,
that's a
and
valid.
even
That's a
just
valid point.
like the foundation of the game is always the same. All the maps, like I know porting it
Yeah.
over would be different than making it, I think,
It
but
it would be,
it's
but it's
still a lot of the same stuff. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
That's a valid point. Yeah.
So if they're gonna spend all the time porting it, why not then just make? I don't know. I don't know development that much at
Yeah.
all.
No, that makes some sense. I get what you're saying.
So
Yeah, but super excited.
yeah, I think that's all the news we have. That's
Yeah.
by the show. We spent a good hour and 10 minutes talking about news.
Yeah. Well,
So
The PUBG section was pretty big.
it was pretty big, yeah.
Yeah.
The road of that was actually supposed to come out in December, so that was a little late.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much our show, guys. Um, if you want to ask us any questions, you can tweet at us at Respawn Mondays or give us an email or send us an email at respawn.mondays@gmail.com. You can also watch us here on Twitch at 8 p.m. on Mondays every week. You can go over to YouTube to watch our live archive of videos and shows over there at Respawn Mondays. And then you can also find Respawn Mondays as a podcast anywhere you can find podcasts. You can follow me personally at NikiGirl7. What about you, Elias?
You can follow me at Tolmaeth. All of those places: Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, Instagram too. Um, yeah, I stream most days of the week. A lot of CS:GO, but we're gonna be getting in more into Deep Rock Galactic, and I want to play other games too. I play MOBAs on Wednesday, Overwatch and League, and yeah, just try to get a good variety. Tell me what to play.
No,
Tweet me on
nice,
Twitter. Tell me what to play.
nice.
Yeah.
And then last thing too, if you want to leave us a review on iTunes, we greatly appreciate it, and we'll also shout you out during the show. And then we also do have a Patreon account, I guess, at patreon.com/respawn Mondays. If you want to throw us a tip, buy us a beer, or become a world boss in our Discord channel. But that wraps it up for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for listening in, and that's pretty much it. So I've been Nick Berry,
I'm Elias Christensen.
and thanks for respawning with us.
We'll see you next week.